What is up, gents? DirtBag Gaming here, the channel for casual raiders. We got a Mad Elf. Freaking delicious, 11%. So, clicked on this video. This is a account takeover. He basically wanted us to go in. He's at 30,000 points right here. Booyah, look at that. He wanted us to go in and kind of give a whole overview of the account. He's still new. I think he's been playing for like 2 months. 100, whatever that is, equates to, day 92. So he's been playing for 92 days. So this video is going to be based off of like me going in, seeing what his account looks like, what he can improve on, what type of, he needs to focus on. And hopefully this helps you guys out if you guys are kind of like early to kind of newer mid-game in this place. Now, he does spend. He's not a huge whale, but he does spend money on the game. So we got to take that into account. He's not a free-to-play player. This is definitely one of the best things you could do. Is $10 a month. You get a crap ton of gems, but that's definitely going to push you up. Like, you get 250 day 1, you get 50 every single day, and then you get 200 day 15, then you get 60 every day, and then you get 200 at the end. So this is definitely one of the best things you could do starting out in this game is gems. So it's $10 a month. It's not too bad. Think about how much coffee or energy drinks you buy. But yeah, that's definitely one of the best things you do. Offers, if you guys are newer, you really want to look at kind of what you're getting for the amount of money. I don't like to buy stuff unless it has shards in it. Now, depending on the shard that you're buying, it also determines how much you want to spend. So ancient shards, you kind of want to spend $1, potentially $2 per shard. So this deal right here, you only get 25 shards, only 15 energy, and silver is almost worthless. Like, you could just farm for silver. But this deal I wouldn't buy. If this was $25, maybe $30, then yes, I might buy this deal because it's $1 per shard for the blue shards, yada yada. Mini mix pack, this isn't a bad deal. You get a crap ton, especially to kind of grow in the beginning stages of the game. Demon Lord keys, you're not going to be using a lot, especially when you first start off. So this is kind of like not the biggest thing. Chickens are great when you start off. Energy obviously is very good when you start off. Obviously always having shards in the deal is great. And then this one is great. These are okay. Biggest thing here is these four for this. Usually you want to wait till this is like a $15 deal. Where all this is like 2, 3, 3, 2, stuff like that. 25 though is a lot, especially when you start off. But this, again, if this is lower between $10 to $15, I would buy this pack. Don't ever want to buy these. Anytime there's accessories or gear, you want to skip it. How many slots are there in a gear? 4, and they're all random. So you literally can get this. It could be like, I don't know, attack with just no stats whatsoever. It could be resistance with like terrible stats. Like it's just so random, especially with all the gear. This is free. Obviously, you get this every single time. This is very expensive. So, but this is actually a really good deal. So legendary tombs, they're about $25 per for legendary tombs, but this is mainly for CVC. Like, this is for whales. I wouldn't buy this if you guys are newer. I would just save for these, but I wouldn't buy this if you were like in this position right now, because you don't really need these until you get like one of the best legendaries in the game. There's certain legendaries that you really want to book out, and certain legendaries that are okay without books. So you don't really need this starting off. String packs, I don't like buying them. They're so like you don't know how much it is. So when you start a string pack, you're like, oh, now I gotta finish. Oh, wow. So you literally could just book this guy out for $80. They're literally just selling this guy right now. That's funny. So don't buy it, whatever. String pack, a lot of energy. The thing coming up is Savage and Speed, I believe, for the next 2 days. If you really want to go ham, here's some energy, which ends in 9 hours. So just kind of getting this to save up for the next couple hours, this is definitely going to be good for the next 2 days. If there's nothing crazy like that coming up, like not a speed 2 times drop rate, I wouldn't be even looking at this set. Daily progression, if you want to do once a month thing, this is a good deal. because you get an ancient, which is usually about $20–$25. These are about $5, honestly, and these are about $1 to $2. You also get 1,000 gems for $30. Like, this is definitely one of the best deals they have in the game. I already went over this one. This I haven't bought yet. This I haven't bought yet. And this I haven't bought yet. So I'm probably not going to buy any of these ever. I'd rather just buy this if I really need a sacred or a void, or these, you know, for a champion coming up. So those are all the packs. Now let's go over kind of progression and where we're at in the game. So let's look at the champions. Rosin, obviously free champion he already has, which is amazing. Like, definitely want to get Rosin as soon as possible. He's going to help out everywhere in the game. He's going to help out in PvP, PvE, and Clan Boss. I still use him today in Clan Boss. But Rosin, congrats. That's really good that you already have him. I put him in a lifesteal set because lifesteal is going to help you out in Clan Boss. Start farming dragon as fast as possible. Him, same thing, lifesteal set. You definitely want to get him in your Clan Boss team as soon as possible. I had him on my free-to-play account, and he just does so much freaking damage. Rosin would probably be the first person that I put books into, which he did already. Again, guys, he has spent money. So if you guys are like, wow, how does he have so many books? He bought some books. This one, same thing. I would book out Ninja, because Ninja is very, very good for the Clan Boss. It looks like he's trying to build a unkillable team. He already has Maneater, and he already has Demitha. So if you have an unkillable team, great. Use these two. You could definitely do it. Skull Crown, great. I don't use her now, but she's good for a newer account because she just nukes a lot. And she's already booked out. Madame, again, congrats. You already have a Madame Saris. Great, you already got her booked out in these sets. That's exactly what you want. You want her as much accuracy as possible, but you also want her as fast as possible. So she's going to be very, very good in your PvP team. All right, and then we got Geomancer, obviously very good. He probably got this for free when he did the summoning event. Rector Drath, this is definitely one of the hardest Faction Wars to complete. Nice Revenant. So if you already have Rector Drath and Skull Crown, that's awesome. That's a good combo. Rearguard Sergeant, very good, especially for Faction Wars. Bellower, one of the best champs when it comes to Campaign Farmer. He's still my Campaign Farmer. And also him in Faction Wars, you put him in a stun set with a lot of HP and resistance, and super good. 2 Kales, that's cool. And you have Kalos. Oh my god. I want this guy so bad. Congrats. This guy is freaking insane. Okay, so now that you have this guy, let's go over this guy. I wouldn't book him out before I book out the other champions I have. Like these two I definitely would book out. You already have him booked out, so book out Ninja before Califax. Cool. Any other legendaries in here? Let's look at your Clan Boss team first. So that'll kind of help me know what you're trying to do. So are we on Nightmare? Okay, so you're going for the basic. You can do a unkillable, but you probably don't have the gear yet for it. That's probably why you haven't done it. But what you want to try and do is you want to... Like you can do this, but you really want a cleanser. And you want a counterattack. Obviously, you don't have a counterattack yet. But what's really good besides a counterattack is this guy. So the rare champion, the ice chick, she is really good with counterattack. But if you don't have counterattack, he does a lot of damage with all of his poisons. He puts up a ton of poisons. You have your decreased defense and weaken from this guy. Ninja by himself just does so much freaking damage. So even without books, he does a lot of damage. With books, he does insane amount of damage. Geomancer I haven't used in the Clan Boss yet. I know a lot of people, he's busted. But what does he bring? He brings HP burn, which is going to be good for Ninja. Attacks the boss back. HP in all battles. Great. So then we have to find a cleanser. Or a block debuff. So somebody that has a block debuff or a cleanse is definitely going to be able to help you even more with Clan Boss. All right, so I was looking over some of his champs, and he does have a Skull Crusher. So I would level Skull Crusher up as soon as possible. That's going to help out a lot. He has a Tyrell, which the decrease attack is also going to help out a lot. He brings a decreased defense, which I know you don't really need. But he also brings an allied defense in all battles by 25%. This is a really good aura. So really good for him being a lead. But the A1 decrease, like this guy was the original OG leader in Clan Boss. So just having this, attacks one enemy 2 times, each hit is a 40-50% chance of placing a decreased attack. Almost always you're going to have the decreased attack up. So you have a couple different options here. You could do this guy first, but this would basically be your main team, essentially. You have a couple different options for the cleanser. This chick I know is very cool. I actually made a video on her, but she has a 3-turn cleanse, which is what you need. So place a block debuff on allies for 1 turn. So you want her to go right before Skull Crusher, because Skull Crusher is going to be the last one to go. But if she goes right before Skull Crusher, then she's going to put a block debuffs before the stun on everybody. She's good. And this one attacks one enemy, transferring all debuffs from this target to the target, removes all debuffs from all allies except this champion. So she removes debuffs as well. So it's only on a 4-turn cooldown. It's not going to be super reliable, but at least this one you can block the buffs for the stun. So if you have that one, you can do that. And she can do pretty good damage too. She attacks 3 times, especially with the War Master. There was another one. I think it was a rare. No, it wasn't rare. Let's go up this way. Again, all you're looking for is somebody that can cleanse or put up a block buff. Now, if you want to get this dude out of the way, you can do like a 250 speed. This chick, Relic Horde Tender. So she has this, removes all debuffs from all allies on a 3-turn cooldown, and plays a 15% continuous heal buff on them for 2 turns. So basically you buff up, heal your team, and you remove all debuffs. So this person could also be somebody, she does revive, just for the fun of it, and she puts up a small decrease attack. So you can actually have her be the cleanse. She's going to be really good in Spider, so leveling her up isn't a bad thing. This guy, it sucks because he used to be really, really good too. He can removes all debuffs from target ally on a 3-turn cooldown and heals them by 40%. So this guy can cleanse as well. It's just you kind of have to gear, like, I guess you can now do that. See, this one, he does this like a lot. Plays a 60% decrease, heals all that. So like you want this to go off, but he doesn't cleanse stuns. I don't know why. Like the AI is just stupid on this guy. I don't know if they fixed it or what, but you'd have to manual with this guy. But he actually would be literally one of the best cleansers if his AI was smart. Like doing this, maybe you could do this as like, choose this one first. So if this is available, he does this every single time. So you could try that. Do this as this thing is the first choice and set it up by right when the stun goes. Like once somebody's stunned, this guy is your go first guy. He then goes and cleanses the stun. And then put it on auto. And then you should be good. Yeah, we should actually make a new updated video on Steel Skull, because I got to try that now. So instead of him, you can put Steel Skull in there. Venom Mage is really good. But you have Ninja. Like Ninja Venom Mage is really good. This chick. Yeah, so that's really all you're looking for, this chick. So if you don't want to have him, you could put her up. You just need her to be really, really fast because she does have the block buffs. So you want like a 2-to-1 ratio. On Hard or Nightmare, you don't really need that much speed, but on Ultra Nightmare, you need like her to be at least 240, 245 speed. But she does have the decreased attack on her A1 and this on her A2 on her 4-turn cooldown. That's why you need her to always be up. But again, her with this combo, this actually isn't a bad team. This team could actually be really, really good for you. Anybody else that we see? Oh, Doom Priest. So if you have Doom Priest, she's good for every affinity. Like instead of her, you don't need her to be super crazy. You can just put Tyrell in there. It's up to you, whichever one you want to level up. But you do need to decrease attack if you're going to go based off this team. But Doom Priest literally is good for every affinity, even green affinity. Like if she's the first one, she'll cleanse off any stun. She'll cleanse off any decreased speed first, so that way she can go. But if you have a counterattack team, again, Frozen Banshee is very, very good with the counterattack team, but you already have Ninja, so you don't really need it. So you go. Depending on the affinity, this could be a good starting team for you, I would say. Yeah, this would be a good team. Does she have decreased attack on everyone? 35, 45, 50% chance of placing decreased attack. She's going to heal. She can res. Healing, Perfect Veil, continues buff on all allies. This one revives single ally. First fills turn meter, passive. Okay, so if you want to put her in, you could do something like this. This would be cool. I mean, you don't really have a lead aura, but this, you know, if you want the decreased attack and you don't want to level somebody up, you can have her hopefully be your decreased attack. You just got to make sure she lands it. It's for 2 turns, so that's good. Yeah, so something like that. But you also have a couple good legendaries, like Vizier. He extends any poison debuffs. So him with like a really good poisoner, like if you do like a blue affinity or a red affinity, you could do something like this. Vizier. Like this is basically my team. I have somebody up front taking the stun. So you can have Tyrell be the stun target. So like Tyrell will be the stun target. And it'll be this, and then you just need a cleanser. So you can have either Doom Priest like we had before, or you can have another red cleanser to cleanse that team, and that basically would be my clan boss team for red affinity, and blue affinity. I guess red affinity you can have the guy we went over, this guy, because red affinity he won't target him as a stun, and Vizier will extend her debuffs. You want to level him up if you're going to use him. You're going to want to level his skills just to get the A1 going. But if you don't want to level his skills, go with the first team. But this guy, he puts out the poisons on his A1, and then Vizier will extend the poisons, which will increase this guy's damage a lot. So who's going to get stunned is Tyrell on a red affinity clan boss. On a blue affinity clan boss, he'll get stunned. So you don't want to use Steel Skull for that one. You probably want to use Doom Priest, and then he'll get stunned again. So that's kind of how the stun works. So that's your clan boss. That's a good goal for clan boss. So it looks like you have a pretty good clan boss team set up. Doom Tower, again, I wouldn't really focus on Doom Tower. I mean, you can do normal Doom Tower because you have a lot of good champions. But how I always focus starting off is, this is for all new players, is you want to do campaign. Once you get a campaign farmer, I guess Doom Priest is your campaign farmer. Once you get a fast, like 8 to 30 second campaign farmer, that's the first goal, is to get up to 12-3 campaign farming, so that way you can level up food as fast as possible. Second thing you want to focus on is getting your dragon team up to level 13. Dragon is the most important dungeon starting off. So if you're going down to dragon, you want to get dragon up to at least 13, which is where your 4 to 6 star artifacts drop, because you want to start farming lifesteal, speed, accuracy. Stalwart is a good set for later on, but like those are the sets that you're going to need leveling up. Lifesteal set, especially if you're building the team that I just suggested, you need lifesteal in all of your guys. So dragon is definitely what you want to get up to. Spider is going to be like your focus after clan boss. Like once you get your dragon farming and you get the good gear and you farmed up a good clan boss team, you don't need like all the best banners, like especially if you're doing like brutal or nightmare clan boss. But once you're gonna push into like late nightmare and ultra nightmare, you're gonna need your spider team up and running to get up to at least, again, 13 to start focusing on the 4 to 6 star artifacts. So once you get up to 13, then you should be able to farm the artifacts pretty consistently to hopefully get those accuracy banners that you need. That would be the goal. And then getting obviously up to 20, that's just the right champs. The other two don't really need to. It's just they're just there, you know. And then after the clan boss, faction wars. So faction wars is going to be the long time goal to focus on, but you don't really have to focus too solely on faction wars until you have enough champs and really good gear to sub out all of the gear and rotate it. So like if I don't have all of the champs that are really going to push, like let's say you have a really good team, like once you get Arbiter and you have a really good team here, you can just rotate all of the best gear onto your best faction wars team and they should be able to complete it, especially with Arbiter. And then once you get a really solid team for, you know, the next team, like a Undead team, like if you have Gorgorab or something, which I don't know if you have Gorgorab, like a Reser. Basically, once you get a Reser, you could kind of really push the faction wars. But once you get a Reser, you'll be able to really focus and push that by rotating the gear. I have a really good faction wars video. Check that out. It goes about gear rotation and when to push faction wars and stuff like that. After faction wars, you basically get your Lydia. You're like one of the best champions in the entire game. That is when you're going to move into the Doom Tower. And the Doom Tower, Lydia just makes things so much easier. Lydia and Seer together, just waves disappear and obliterate. But then you get into your end game type content with the Doom Tower. So this account is going pretty well so far, I would say. I think the biggest thing you got to focus on is the clan boss and getting the team pretty tuned. Like you can definitely, if you want a suggestion, let's look at the gear. I would do, I think you said you were full. Yeah, I would do a account cleanse first off. Once we do the account cleanse, then we could focus on, we could see what we have left with the lifesteal set, and then we can gear up a clan boss team. But before you gear the clan boss team, you should probably do figure out what your team is going to be and level up those champions. Once you get those champions leveled up, get the masteries going. You don't have to book the masteries, just make sure you have the masteries. And then once you have all the masteries, then the clan boss team should be pretty set. Once you get the clan boss team set, then you could really focus on dungeons and faction wars and doing all that stuff. And then Doom Tower for the funsies, you know. I wouldn't really focus too solely on Doom Tower. I'd get more of the dungeons completed, and then faction wars, and then Doom Tower. Doom Tower definitely should be late game and focus. So this was a account takeover. Guy wanted me to go on and look over his account. That's a full account takeover. Let me know what you guys thought. Hopefully this helped you out. And then if you guys want more, let me know. We got a account takeover video coming up hopefully this week, which will be for the January. That'll be going into the new year. We'll pick a new account for a takeover, and then yeah, we'll go from there. So guys, appreciate it. Good luck, and we'll see you in another video soon.